I'm Alex from NRS on the repairs team. Today I'm going to show you how to repair a gasket on a piece of dryware. We'll need our piece of dryware, the new gasket, an ink pen, a 1-inch band, a form to be inserted in the gasket, scissors, a wire brush, an additional rubber band, acetone, a cloth, protective gloves and mask, seam grip, Kotal 240, a mixing container, dropper, brush, and masking tape. To get started, we're going to inspect the gaskets. Not all gaskets that need to be replaced are ripped. They can have dry rot on them. Stretch the opening of the gasket. If you find any dry rot, go ahead and replace it. Now we're going to trace our cut line. Go ahead and grab the form. Our forms are made of block mini cell foam, which can be purchased from our website. You can also check our website for what size you need. Today for the neck gasket repair, we will be using a 9-inch diameter form. Put the form in the old gasket. And on the old gasket, measure 1 inch from the base. This will be where we will be gluing the new gasket. If you have a rip that extends into this, no worries. Go ahead and cut all the gasket off and mark your line 1 inch up the material. In that case, you'll be gluing the gasket directly to the piece of dryware. Now that we have the area that we will be gluing, we will take the form out and cut the line with a pair of scissors. Be sure to cut straight. Jagged edges can cause the new gasket to rip. Reinsert the form into the old gasket. We are ready to prep our surface for gluing. Begin by abrading the old gasket with a wire brush. Go around twice for good measure. Stretch the new gasket over the old one, making sure to cover the old one. Next, use a rubber band, placing the band 1 inch from the edge of the new gasket. Fold the gasket back to completely expose the old gasket. Put on gloves and a mask and wipe the surface clean with acetone. With the surface prepped, we need our adhesive. Grab your seam grip and mixing container and pour out 1 ounce. With your dropper, mix 10 drops of Kotal 240 in. If you put in too much, the adhesive can become brittle. Now that we have our adhesive ready to go, grab a brush and paint the adhesive on. You should completely cover the old gasket and the interior of the new gasket. If you are able to use the old gasket, apply a good amount to cover the inch of material. Be sure to cover the edges as well. As a rule of thumb, thin to win, as in apply a thin coat. We'll give the adhesive about 15 minutes to cure. After that time, it should be tacky to the touch. If so, fold the new gasket over the old one, making sure there are no air bubbles trapped inside. Wait 8 hours or overnight for the adhesive to fully dry. Let's inspect how we did. Are there any kinks or bubbles? Did the gasket slide? If not, we're ready for cleanup. Grab your protective gear and acetone and clean any residual glue that may have landed on the gasket. For some people, this is as far as they go, but at NRS, we add seam lines to make sure that your new gasket remains on the suit. This is done by masking tape, giving yourself about 1/4 inch at the base of the gasket. Do the same prep from before with the adhesive and apply. After waiting 15 minutes, remove the masking tape and allow the line to dry 8 hours or overnight. With the exterior seam line dry, take the gasket out of the form and flip the dryware inside out. Repeat the seam line process on the interior of the suit, again making sure to wait 8 hours or overnight for the seam line to fully dry. Now you're ready for the water. See you in the next eddy.